Prince Harry's memoir Spare was expected to be a raw and revealing look into the life of one of the most controversial figures in the British royal family. However, instead of captivating audiences with a tale of behind-the-scenes insight, the book quickly spiraled into disappointment, both critically and commercially. Initially riding a wave of anticipation, Spare failed to deliver the depth and candor readers craved, instead offering what many perceived as a self-absorbed narrative that left much to be desired. The public's initial excitement for Spare was immense. After all, this was the book that promised to lift the veil on Prince Harry's life, giving readers a first-hand account of his struggles within the monarchy, his exit from royal duties, and his personal journey with Meghan Markle. However, as the memoir hit shelves, it became evident that the book fell far short of these expectations. Instead of nuanced reflections or meaningful revelations, what emerged was a narrative bogged down by what critics called a tone of narcissism, leaving readers frustrated. Many felt that Harry's portrayal of events seemed to lack any sense of self-awareness or reflection on his own role in the circumstances described. Reviews on platforms like Goodreads and Amazon were especially brutal. Readers expressed their dissatisfaction not only with the content but also with the writing itself, which many described as repetitive and shallow. These platforms, often home to fan-driven praise, saw Spare ranking among the lowest-rated celebrity memoirs of all time. The one-star reviews piled up, and even once loyal followers of the Duke of Sussex voiced their disillusionment, branding the book a missed opportunity. Sales figures mirrored this critical reception. Penguin Random House, which had given Prince Harry a staggering $20 million advance, likely envisioned Spare as a bestseller, with potential to resonate globally. But as copies languished on bookstore shelves, it became clear that the public's interest was fleeting. Instead of high sales, reports emerged of Spare being heavily discounted or outright abandoned in public spaces across Europe. It wasn't just that people weren't buying it, they were leaving it behind, quite literally. In a last-ditch effort to boost the book's performance, promotional tactics such as free giveaways were implemented, but even these strategies failed to reignite interest. Perhaps one of the most telling signs of the public's indifference was the performance of the audiobook. While many high-profile memoirs have found second lives through audiobook versions, Spare didn't achieve much traction in this format either. Despite Harry narrating the story himself, lending his voice to what was supposed to be a deeply personal recounting, the audiobook failed to receive any major nominations, reflecting a widespread disinterest. The ramifications of Spare's failure extend far beyond just disappointing sales. The book's underperformance has seriously impacted Prince Harry's career and public image. As a writer, his credibility has taken a significant hit, with future publishing deals now uncertain. His once glowing image as a royal-turned-social advocate has been tarnished, and the book's failure has opened the door to harsh scrutiny regarding his and Meghan's future prospects outside the royal family. What was meant to solidify Harry's position as an outspoken critic of the monarchy instead showcased what many viewed as his inability to move past personal grievances. Perhaps the most significant fallout has been the strained relationship between Prince Harry and his publisher, Penguin Random House. Reports suggest that the publishing house is deeply unhappy with the book's lackluster performance. Given the massive financial investment, the prospect of legal action to recover part of their $20 million advance is looming. This rift could spell the end of Harry's relationship with major publishers, limiting his ability to share his story in the future. Penguin Random House, which had banked on the memoir to be a commercial success, now faces a financial loss and must navigate the damage to its own credibility for investing so heavily in what turned out to be a flop. On a broader scale, the failure of Spare has prompted discussions within the publishing industry about the viability of high-stakes investments in celebrity memoirs. While books penned by public figures have always been lucrative, Spare has served as a cautionary tale about overestimating the public's interest. The dismal sales numbers and lack of cultural impact have led many in the industry to question whether this type of high-risk publishing is still worthwhile. Moving forward, publishers may become more cautious, directing their resources towards more reliable authors or content that guarantees deeper engagement. In the end, Spare's failure is a multifaceted story of misjudged potential. What was once billed as the royal memoir to end all memoirs has now become a symbol of unmet expectations. For Prince Harry, the fallout is personal and professional, casting doubt on his future as a writer and public figure. For Penguin Random House, it is a costly reminder of the dangers of celebrity-driven hype. And for the public, Spare stands as an example of how even the most promising stories can sometimes fall flat, leaving readers unsatisfied and disengaged.